Hi, and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel and another Mystery Axeman gadget review. I picked this up at the Fridley Axeman. They didn't even have a price on it yet. They just had it lying out on a table. I asked them about it. They said $10, and I said, yep, take my money. I don't even know what it is, but it definitely looks like it's worth $10. So this thing says it's a Super Buddy signal level meter. It looks like it's made by Applied Instruments. It looks like it can take either 12 volt or AC. And then it's got a USB port. It's got this little screen, lots of buttons. Now, yes, I could go online and look this up, but where's the fun in that? Now, it definitely looks to me like some kind of cable TV gadget, probably for installers, but we're going to give it some power and see what happens. All right, we've got a charge light that came on, so it seems like this has an internal battery of some sort. It doesn't respond to any button presses. It's got these great big rubber handles on the side, so it looks like it's designed to be thrown around, dropped off of telephone poles, dropped off of rooftops, very abused. And it looks like it's been very abused. It's very scratched up. Yeah, this seems like it's definitely, whoever used it before took advantage of these big rubber bumpers and just threw it around as much as possible. You know, it's still just charging, so it looks like it'll charge with either AC or DC, but still won't turn on. All right, it's time for everyone's favorite part. Take all the screws out, see what's in here, and then may or may not get it back together. Man, there are a lot of random screws in this thing. Fluff is trying to help, mostly by pushing all the screws under furniture. All right, with those rubber bumpers off, this is a pretty simple, cheap-looking box. They really do make this thing a massive pain to get into. I think I have just about every screw out of here, and it's still not coming apart. All right, well, we finally got it apart. That AC adapter is literally just an off-the-shelf AC adapter kind of bolted in here. Really difficult to get this open. You can tell that no thought went into the design of this at all. Somebody just threw this together, bolted some metal plates around it, didn't consider that it would ever have to be opened, serviced, repaired. This is probably one of those products that's just supposed to go straight into the trash as soon as it has an issue. So you're not supposed to service it. Probably the factory isn't even supposed to service it because you basically have to break it down into all its component parts to get any of those parts out. I've seen prototypes put together by high school students that were better thought out than this thing. These contacts right here where the battery plugs in are all corroded, and it looks like they're probably shorted out. I've not been able to get the battery to charge on this. I did manage to pull it out. It looks like it's just an old drill battery from the 80s. I finally get a chance to use this variable power supply I picked up instead of just hacking apart other power connectors. I think I got this at Axeman as well. Yes, I did. You can't even get this all apart without cutting some of the internal wires. The deeper I get into this and the more I take it apart, the less I'm confident in getting it back together again. Again, this was apparently never built to be opened up. Once it was closed, it was all kind of prototyped in place, sealed into this stupid box, and there's absolutely no allowance for serviceability. They've decided to put some of the flimsiest components, like this little ribbon cable here, on some kind of connector that's almost impossible to remove without stressing out the ribbon cable. Down here we actually do have some more corrosion. Still dead. Kind of out of ideas here. I don't know enough about microelectronics here to know what else to diagnose, and I'm starting to damage it by taking it apart. Again, this little ribbon cable is just terrible, and I've been bending things trying to get it off. I know there aren't really good ways to do ribbon cables, but there are better ways than this. This is like they went to Radio Shack and they said, give us the worst connector you can find. Now, I've spent a lot of time complaining about the design of this thing, but they actually did a pretty good job of labeling stuff on the circuit board. We've got a little 3.3 volt tuner. We've got some L&B stuff, which indicates to me this was for a satellite dish. We've got all kinds of good labels on the board, so whoever designed the actual circuit board did a pretty good job of thinking ahead and labeling things and making it easy to use, but whoever had the job of assembling it, putting it all together, yeah, no. Unfortunately, I think it's time to give up on this thing. I did end up looking it up. I found a manual for it, and it is supposed to be a little satellite installation meters. Tell you about transponders, tell you all kinds of satellite information for setting up a dish. Unfortunately, I cannot get it to work no matter what I try. If anyone out there has any suggestions, I might check them out, or I might get bored of looking at this thing and throw it out or start cannibalizing it for parts. I definitely still think it's worth $10. I don't regret buying this. I think it was kind of fun to see what was in there. There's definitely $10 worth of useful parts in this thing, and I can probably use the little prototype style enclosure this came in for some other project. Heck, maybe I could swap a Raspberry Pi into the thing and make yet another cyberdeck. I know this wasn't the most interesting video because I couldn't get the thing working, but hopefully someone out there is at least slightly interested in it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.